Hey gamers, thank you for— God, I tried to do that just like with a straight face. I cannot. Thank you for 10,000 views on my webcomic. I'll talk a bit more about it later, but for right now I'm gonna do a Q&A on my process for making webcomics. This isn't like a step-by-step thing, but hopefully it'll help convince you to start on a comic you may be debating on doing. Team Mom IG asked, do you have a schedule for drawing the pages? And how are you so motivated to do it? Well, since I post twice a week, I gotta have 2 pages done each week. Back when I first started, my plan was to have the first chapter fully drawn out, like colored and everything. But that's bullshit and hard to do. So instead I settled for the chapter fully, loosely sketched out. I try to make sure I have both pages for the week done at the start of the week, but honestly, a lot of the time I'm drawing the page the night before I'm supposed to post it. I'm motivated to draw for it because I've been wanting to do webcomics for years now. I graduated last year and I'm not starting college until the fall, so I didn't really have much to distract me or much else to do. And it was like, now would be the best time to start it. I'm not stopping because I know that if I slack off and miss a page or go on hiatus, I'll keep slacking off and probably wind up quitting altogether because I am just really lazy. So pretty much I'm motivated by my fear of my own laziness. Princess Scissors asked, how long did you delay actually making your webcomic before you just did it? I made the story for Pepto about 2 to 3 years ago, but I've been making stories I'd like to turn into webcomics for 6 years now. I wanted to start when my art was at a level where I wouldn't want to scrap every page I drew, and where I'm not spending 8 hours on just one page. Honestly, I don't think that Pepto is the height of my art. The art style is kind of weird, but it's fun to draw, and it's probably the fastest art style I have. Also, I have many stories I'd like to work on, and for about a year I even forgot about Pepto because I was so focused on the other ones. It doesn't really depend on how long you wait to start. What matters is how much of the story you have developed. And Pepto was the most developed and the easiest to do. Hello Tarai asked 3 questions, so I'll do one at a time. Since I know you have many stories, how do you choose what one is best suited to be a webcomic and or be worked on first over others? Out of all my stories, Pepto and Sight were the ones that were the most developed. For Sight though, I never even drew out all the characters and I wasn't satisfied with the story and I was in the process of changing it up into something better. I made another video on it, who cares? Pepto pretty much has only 2 characters since they're isolated from other humans, and out of all my stories, it's probably the least difficult to understand. Because the rest of them are usually in a fantasy world, and there's different characters, and all of that jazz. But we all heard of zombie stories before. I hate exposition, and there's not much world building needed in Pepto. You just gotta be like, hey, they're zombies! And then everyone would be like, oh yeah, I know what a zombie is. It's not that difficult. How do you plan out the pages? Just based off of a rough outline, a detailed script, wing it, something else? So I had a year where I didn't focus or really think about Pepto at all, but I was talking to one of my friends about some of my OCs, and I spent 3 hours pretty much summarizing the whole Pepto story, and that's when I realized that it was my most developed story. So I have that summary saved on a Google Doc. I also have another Google Doc that's pretty much a script, and that's filled up to chapter 9, but I can easily just type out the rest whenever I want. And I have all of chapter 1 and 2 loosely sketched out. Well, I have most of chapter 1 fully drawn, but you guys know that. How do you decide what kind of format is best for the story? Like a long webtoon, regular page size, or short? Pretty much, why did I decide to make Pepto short and wide? This is my first webcomic, and beforehand, I wasn't used to drawing as often as I do now for Pepto, so I chose something smaller, like Monster Pop sized. Also, Monster Pop and Ava's Demon are 2 webcomics that got me into the idea of making my own, so I guess it counts as a little reference to them to make it the same size and shape. Also, I didn't research comic making at all before starting, because I knew that if I did any research or put in any like work or reading into it, I'd just get confused and frustrated and give up on the idea, because that's how I roll. Badly. So it's better to have it a size where I have a limited amount of panel placement. Like, I can't really do more than 4 panels without it looking way too crowded, so it's easy. It's easier that way. Official Savs asked, how do you plan out the pacing? I can summarize Pepto into 5 arcs. This arc, the first one, is the longest since I gotta establish world building and setting and characters. The rest are much shorter because since I got all the boring stuff out of the way, I can actually let them do what they need to do without all the extra stuff. The rest of the arcs are about 3 chapters long, and the last chapter on each arc has the moment that changes everything and starts up the new theme for the next one. It seems short, but that's 20 chapters in all, and it'll take me years to finish. Beefstuck asked, what are the biggest unexpected challenges and benefits of the platform? I took this as both the platform of making webcomics and the platforms of where I posted. So for webcomics, the benefits is I get to see my characters come to life and be expressive in a way that my writing skills just can't translate well. A lot of writers, they write in a way that just like sucks you into the plot and you can see everything crystal clear. I am not that. I'm absolutely not that. But if you see it with your eyes, I think that is, I can work with that. The challenge is it takes so long and uses so much work to say or do anything. I wrote down the script for 4 chapters in about 1.5 hours, but it'll take me a year for that with drawing. You can't just, yeah, you understand. Now, the websites that I use to post Pepto Abysmal is Tapastic and Tumblr. And for Tapastic, the Tapasio, I forgot they changed it like 2 weeks ago, just out of the blue. The benefits is, since it's a well-known website specifically for comics, it's not that hard to build a following. Also, the front page has many different tabs where your comic can end up. There's one called Fresh, and no matter how many views you have, you'll get on that page every time you post. Since I post twice a week, I'm there pretty often. There's also Trending, which I've been on a handful of times, and Popular, which I've been on once about 2 days ago, which is pretty cool. The challenges is, there's not really many challenges, but this one is like specifically on me, my fault because I didn't do any research. Tapastic is formatted for comics that are more long than wide, and since Pepto is short and wide, it just kind of looks weird on there, and it's even worse for mobile. Now, for Tumblr, it's pretty much switched. The benefits are my theme is editable and formatted for wider comics, so it's much easier to read. But the challenges are, it's very hard to get noticed there since it's not a website specifically for comics and it doesn't promote at all. So that was the Q&A portion, and now I'm just going to talk about the comic. You can read Pepto Abysmal on Tapastic and Tumblr. There's links in the description. Pepto Abysmal is about a small town in Wisconsin where, due to a bad medicine mix getting sold there, ordinary people turn into pink zombies. The story follows 2 girls who hide out in a store together. Corey Anderson is a softball champ and science nerd, and Bucket Price is a vegan and a pacifist. Follow their story about how they learn to survive the zombies and each other. Do you like my art and want to give me money? I'm also selling commissions at Commiscio. I'm doing waist-up full-colored characters for $20, and most likely I'll make those into Speedpaints too. Thanks for watching. I can't talk. I can't talk. I can never talk. Beefstuck asked, what are the that is not what they asked. Beefstuck, I want that fucking shit ass, fucking dick ass, fucking stupid voice that I hate. Okay. Beefstuck asked, what are the biggest unexpected challenges and benefits? Ben 10. Fucking guy. Every time I mess up, I take a drink of water. I'm gonna pee like a racehorse. I Should not put that in the video. Okay. B Stuck asked, what are the biggest unexpected... Oh, what? B, I am going to kill you for writing this sentence. You know I have a list. Okay. B Stuck asked, what are the biggest unexpected fucking... Oh my god. I am going to stab myself. This is why people think that you're depressed. Well, you are. This is why people think that you're suicidal. Well, how do you decide what format... Pretty much why did I just... Why... Also, Monster Pop and Avis Demon are two of... Oh, God. That was a serenade intermission. I hope you guys enjoyed. The rest of the arcs are about 3 chapters long, and the last chapter of each arc has a moment that changes the whole theme and starts up the new theme for the... God, fuck, that was a horrible sentence. Okay, there are people who you can get sucked into a book, the ultimate sucked into a bowl. Into a bowl? Am I gonna have to, like, make a blooper reel at the end of this or something? That's just editing. Okay. The benefits is, since it's a well-known website specifically for comics, it's not that hard to build a following. I can feel my lisp. So that was the Q&A portion. Fucking God. So fucking kill me. My theme is Edo. Ugh. The story follows 2 girls. Fucking.